Hi guys, a new context starting July 1st, ending July 31st for everybody who shares my post on Facebook. It's counted like one entry, so you can win one of 3 20-minute readings with me. Also, you have two specials. One is like 2-question offer for $45, and also relationship or ex or on and off relationship spread for $50. So you can book them via my website www.cattarot.ca. Thank you. Hi Scorpios, welcome to your bi-weeklies. So let's see what's in store for you. Just before I go forward, keep in mind that there are actually different elements to our sign. Of course, we have a sun sign. Most of the time we just look into scopes for that, but we also have an ascendant, which kind of is determined by the time we were born and the place where we were born. And we also have planets positioning in different signs. So if you know the time, definitely kind of check your ascendant as well. But it's also very important to check your moon, because moon affects our emotions, because right, the moon affects the water and the liquid on this planet. And since we actually quite a bit of liquid inside, it affects us as well. And just kind of see how this ebb and flow of emotions will work out. Also, Venus is how you will come across to the others. So if Venus is in, I don't know, and Venus is always 2 signs forward and 2 signs back. So you can be Virgo, you can be Libra, you can be Scorpio, you can be Sagittarius, and you can be Capricorn. But that's pretty much where Venus would be. And Mars. Now, if you're checking and cross-watching, definitely check their Mars sign. That's going to be important, because that's really what they're looking for in a person. So this is also general reading, and it can connect 100%, but might not connect 100%. So for your private reading, contact me, please. So I shuffled, and let's see what we have on the bottom. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And well, we have 10 of Wands. Well, this is certainly talking about burdens and being overburdened, or carrying too much, or somebody loaded you with stuff. But since it was reversed, you're kind of getting that understanding this too much, and you have to figure out what you can carry. It's kind of interesting. Look at the Tower here as well. Was it something regarding the domestic issues? Because look, you have 1 and a 10 and Tower. It has been, this is talking about some kind of existential things. What can you carry, what you cannot carry, and what is creating happiness. This is going to be really interesting reading, I have a feeling. Okay, so let me start. New love, Scorpio. Wedding. Okay, release your ex. It's trust. And honeymoon. Holy smoke, Scorpio, what's going on? I thought Libra does that. Children, wait a minute, you cannot do everything in 2 weeks. Fall in love, release your ex, fall in love, get married, and have children. Oh, separation, reconciliation. Oh, now I get it. You deserve love. And religious factors, also a marriage card. So, okay, so let me see, what is this all about? Okay, so let me see. 1, 2. Interestingly, you have the World and you have the Judgment on this. The cross definition. You have 3 majors. So really, the core of you is going to go through some kind of big decisions in this time period. and everything I'm looking down right now, it actually looks good to me. So all right, Scorpio, so this is the past. There was something about trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And then there is like Three of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles in the upright position talks about building, like being stronger together. It also talks about expertise. And in the reverse position, it could mean that somebody eroded your trust or betrayed you, because it could be the third person involved. And if you had a relationship and it kind of felt like somebody pulled the rug under your feet. And there was a discussion about it. The Queen of Swords is basically a master communicator, but it's also somebody who is letting go of fear. So it could be that you had issues of trusting because of being betrayed, and now you're getting to the point of cutting through and setting your new goals. Like Three of Wands, again, it could be that three, kind of like you're very cautious in a direction, about the direction you want to take, because, well, once burnt, twice shy. And trust is a big thing for you, Scorpios, right? Trust is the core of who you are. You basically don't care about superficial relationships. That's for work, that's for the others. But for you, you really want to know about the person. So you are really going deep inside of you this period. Wow, Scorpio, I cannot believe it. You are letting go. Look at this. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And then you have the Hermit. And the Hermit is talking about introspection, kind of like going really deep inside. It is like that time when you're looking, like you have to sit on your own, like whether this is a bathtub or, you know, it is just like sitting in your room, but like totally disconnecting from the world, with the outside world, and going inside. So with this, doesn't have to be the very last partner, but it could be a whole bunch of things that we carry, right? It's like the baggage that kind of sticks to us, and then we keep searching for a better partner, for a new partner, that elusive soulmate. But the truth is, we are not the person we used to be. And we kind of like see that core of us, but we do not realize that we have been jaded along the way. So this is asking for releasing all these things, understanding that each new person is different. And yes, it is good to learn from the past, but we also have to move forward with some kind of wisdom. So write down what you disliked. Write down all these kind of bitter feelings, frustrations. Write everything down, and everything that you want to tell them, especially if you didn't tell them, write it down and then burn it. It is just the best to get rid of it. Do it as many times as you need to. It is a really good ritualistic thing that, physically shows, look, this is not serving me anymore. Exactly. So something that cannot be built, it's not going to be built, and something was maybe a shady work and created you anxiety. So it could have been regarding relationships that you were trying to build something, and instead of going forward, maybe you went and bent more backwards than you should have, and instead of this bringing you either reward or moving forward, in fact went backward. And Nine of Swords is possibly the worst card in terms of how somebody is tortured mentally. And you have water sign, this is air, so it's like completely being fished out of water, because this is talking about this turmoil of fear and what should have I done, like when you're running around these things. But all this is basically saying is like, wait a minute, aren't you too controlling about your own self? You cannot be perfect, and it's okay, right? So this is asking for you, and that's why you have the Hermit, release your ex. Whatever happened, happened. It never happened because one party was the only party at fault. And it could be two people who were not at fault. Sometimes it happens. You are just basically a human trying to do the best for you. And just understand that actually life is always full of opportunities. There will be something better on the horizon. So where are we right now? We have new love, guys. So see, there is like process of letting go. I'm like so happy for you because you were holding on to something. It is a new stage. Look, doubling up, new love. Something has finished and you graduated. This is lovely because the other card is one of my 3 or 4 karma cards, and it also means that a new person has stirred your romantic feelings, or that you are ready. It is a time to move on. Oh my gosh, look, it's moving on, balancing yourself out. And yet there is like something that is ceasing to exist. This is even so it could be few things, that you're like finishing something at the same time starting something new, which is the world, right? Like one phase is going into another one. It's like that sand clock. But for some of you, and you know that I don't go for horoscope signs, but this is kind of like strange interpretation here, because some cards have triple meanings. They have like also connectivity to a person. Sometimes they have the character basically abilities, and sometimes it's simply kind of like a cause of action. So this definitely talks about balancing. But if some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius, because now I'm really seeing that here, then there is like something moving on for that person, and this is like only pertinent to people who are, for the other people there is kind of the cleanse, moving on the next stage. And everything could be involved, something with wedding. The situation involves marriage, which could be your marriage. It could be that they are married and dealing with it. It could be that you want to get married. So there is some kind of communication over here, and this actually can actually even talk about travel. So I think you guys are basically, this wedding means the marriage is being left behind, because we have King of Swords, which could be a judge and cutting things off, and Queen of Pentacles, which is the ultimate kind of spouse card. But you're going to feel okay about that, because 8 of Wands is upright. So this is what this means, like you are finishing this one phase and starting a new one. And even though you still have this anxiety, you still have some work about releasing, you are already doing that. I mean, you're going still through back and forth, but look, what is crowning you is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, and then you have the judgment. So I think what this means is that things from the past, you kind of filter them in chunks to think that, well, this was so great. Well, where it wasn't. Honeymoon is basically when we look through things with rose-colored glasses, and it's not really the situation, but it is how the brain works. We always look back to good things, right? And otherwise we will be just injured creatures walking and roaming this planet. So this is saying, look, something from the past is coming back to the surface, and it's asking you to watch what you are doing, because it is affecting your karma, right? And it is something about the bickering and arguing and setting your boundaries. And there you go, you have the King of Pentacles, and we had the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that next phase going on with a partner. It is possible that you guys, some of you are divorcing, and this is why the honeymoon period is over. It's moving to the next stage, but it's asking you to be really cautious in how you are like positioning this, because the bickering is going to get bad karma and non-cooperation. But this is also asking you to kind of like set the new boundaries and where you want to go, because sometimes this can appear as bullying as well. So how do you guys feel? Well, even though, look, separation is going on, time apart from your partner is on the horizon, but then you have like Six of Wands. So you do feel victorious about it. There are like issues that you conquered. There are issues where you feel like you're on top. You're kind of like still very tired, taking some kind of rest. And look, there's like this new love, again repeating. So yeah, you're separating from one phase and you're moving in another phase. And actually, you are fine with this. You kind of like feel like you kind of conquered the situation, and it's like not impacting you the way it was before. So you see, on the outside, people are suggesting you to go and push for reconciliation, and someone from your past is returning to your life. And then Knave of Pentacles, again building that energy, moving forward. And again, Pentacles. Yeah, it is a married energy. It is for those of you who live together, right? And I think that maybe holding on was due to pragmatic issues, because this definitely says, okay, so how to go in the day-to-day things. But then you have the card of crossroads and sort of like, I really cannot see this going forward. So you ultimately have to make this decision, because like this is your environment. It could be even that the person you were with will try to see how to go back with you, but at the same time there is kind of this recognition this is really not moving forward. And it's kind of difficult, because you see, this is moving to the next stage. So if you guys reconcile, it's going to be different, much different. But then again, it's going to run into different kind of tests, and it's not going to go forward, because this is your near future, right? So I think all these things and holding on, which we have seen before, was due to possible children in a relationship. It says your love life is being affected by children. And then you have this Queen of Wands, and this is why I kind of like alerted on Saggies. And this is talking about you're like really passionate about how to actually have this transition. These children could be actual children, are they yours or partners, but it also could be kind of healing your soul, your inner child, and becoming really passionate about that. See, like the end of the relationship. So it looks like again, some kind of spying and figuring out about the other person, or being really vocal and protective about your children. This is saying that something is not presented in the best light, and you may have been you may be seen as aggressive or blunt or lacking social skills, or you may see them that way. But there is like an issue of healing and kind of like fighting for conclusion. And you see, you are getting to this new understanding that you deserve love. This is this new phase going, you're lovable, but it's still very hard for you to move forward, because you kind of like don't want to make these decisions over here. Yeah, again, something is being cut. Knight of Swords reversed is not person you can mess with. This is like all in your head. Look, so I think relationship is over, because looks like your environment is or maybe you still think that you have to make one more push because this is the ground level, and here is like all in your head. Again, is that victory card here, which you had over here. Again, none of that is your thing. So you have something new. If you open yourself up to something new, you guys have a new love happening. But if you keep holding on to this and not releasing it and going in the next stage, you may feel victorious in the situation. It could have been the third party situation, but at the same time you're tormenting yourself in your thoughts. And so where are we heading for like this 2-week period? Like religious factors, your love life is influenced by religious upbringing, spiritual path, and this is like this card of persistence of, okay, I have been wounded, I have been going through really difficult things, but I have to continue. This can talk about a marriage and staying in a marriage, but again, like there is an understanding that this relationship, something didn't really work out. It is time to move on. Yeah, look, this is getting closure, guys, with issues, right? This is a journey of discovery, looking at things beyond superficiality. Okay, this maybe makes sense, staying because of the kids, but this is not working out for me, right? So when Ace of Cups is reversed, then there is like no feeling of abundance in that relationship. If anything, it's just like nothing is left. It feels like not being optimistic. And you're realizing that because look, it's going from 9 to 1. You guys are actually cutting cords. And I think this is going to really, really help you heal. So I really don't need to clarify anything for you because everything is so clear. But I just want to add a few more information about these two clusters. So what is this? You deserve love and all these thoughts in your head. See, it is safe for you to love. I think this entire situation rendered you feeling unworthy, defeated, really tormented. And I think this is something you're finally realizing that that's not the case, that it was a bad person or circumstances. It looks like it has been some kind of cheating, and instead of blaming this third person, because we have this 3, 3, 3 here, repetition of a pattern, the best is to realize, like, look, this didn't have these building blocks anymore. Sometimes we are the person until it's time to move on to the next karmic assignment. So let me see, what is this mental torment here for Scorpio? What is this mental torment all about? Yeah, you see, it's ending, and you see, this is kind of like really difficult. We all, either observed or been in the situation. Like, you got a card of widower. So what is this saying? Somebody experienced a loss, but somebody also managed to put their clothes together and go and honor like the love that existed. It says, like, mia cara, so my dear. So it is like kind of putting yourself together and being able to face the world. So this mental torment is still in there, the emotions are still there, but there is life after love, and there is like new love for you guys. So what is this children, and actually in particular, why is this 2 of Cups reversed for Scorpio? You have Doctor reversed. So you have been involved in something, or something is happening that is very unhealthy, and that was not a healthy relationship for you. It could be that you were in a relationship where there was lots of arguing or outsmarting each other, or maybe you were spying on someone, somebody was spying on you. That's right. So the real glue, the friendship, was not there. So what is this anxiety over here all about? What is this anxiety for Scorpios? It's about him. You see, it's the Lord represents a married guy. It represents a married person, and somebody who is somebody you look up to. But in a reverse situation, it's somebody who all of a sudden you see as different, or somebody's walking away, and this is that release your ex is like really appropriate over here. But let's go to positive things. Like, what is Knave of Chalices? What is this new love going forward? So I'm leaving the best for the last. What is this Knave of Chalices? But guys, I didn't see Ten of Swords. I didn't see Three of Swords. Yay, Scorpio. Yay. I am so glad. Like, I mean, this was approaching your reading was dreadful for me, because I have to tell you what cards say, and it was not fun. So now I'm actually glad to see it. It's like still not really rosy, but oh my gosh, like, I mean, you're moving on. So what is this Knave of Chalices for Scorpio? Ew. So see, the sights and haughtiness. Sights means, okay, the ship have sailed. It is what it is. And haughtiness, you're taking pride in who you are. Oh, this one jumped out. And taking pride in who you are, and possibly dressing up, possibly paying attention to your own needs, and tying up loose ends over here. The letter, I'm not so sure if it came reversed or the upright, so it's either because I think it probably came reversed, because it would make sense, because she also holds a letter here in her hand. So it is like still something very fresh, something where, you know, still the true communication hasn't been established, but certainly there is like this feeling, oh my gosh, I want to dress up for someone. I really want to be my best for someone. And why did this come out? And I don't even know where to put it. I guess over here. So again, for both single people and those people in the relationship, there is like a need for you to clean all this debris from the past. So I also want to see this new love. What is this new love for Scorpios? New love. Whoa, it's going to be taking you by the storm. Misfortune, but misfortune is like a tower in tarot. And it's just pretty much almost the same thing. Like, look, you had a Temperance, which is a fire sign, fire, and yet to have a fire here. And I really think this is only talking to people who have Sagittarius over here. So let's see, what is the general meaning of the moving on. Yeah, kind of like intimacy, familiarity. Okay, please give me just new love, not the cluster. I just want to know a little bit more information about this new person. So this new person, it could be like you are in a way of this new person. You got a foe, and foe is reversed. So this tells me that there is a part of you that is not opening up to it, that you need to kind of like start moving forward and allowing yourself new people. And this is that saying, you are your own worst enemy over here. Yeah, like, I mean, melancholy, but it's like reverse, so it is kind of like stopping. So it is asking you to heal. It's asking you to kind of like put your clothes on and move on and acknowledge what it has been past is past. Yeah, you see, you still have these breakups. You see the wedding reversed. You have the breakups and hang-ups around that, and this is all okay. Well, guys, we cannot push forward if you're not ready, but this is not saying like jump in any relationship, but it is saying it is knocking on a door. There are other people who are interested in you, and it is good for you to start looking what is around and go forward, because ultimately you are going forward. You are acknowledging that certain things didn't work out, and you are actually getting to the stage 9, and it is kind of like closing the certain things that really felt that you were battling over, and it's the end of that story. So Scorpios, please comment. I love your comments. I really connect to you with the comments, especially with your readings that are like so deep, and it is like the sign that can really go deep, and hence you kind of, when you lose someone, it feels devastating because you were able to kind of provide this depth. It's kind of Mariana Trench kind of depth. Also, please, if you're new, subscribe. You get your readings notifications, like and dislike, which I know I'm going to get a lot in your readings. And also remember, on Facebook, if you share my posts, it's counting as one entry this month. So Scorpios, I would love to hear from you, and if you want a private reading from me, contact me via my website www.cattarot.ca. Wish you all the best for these 2 weeks, and I love you.